Yo, what's going on, guys? DJS here, bringing you guys a video and a little discussion on how to solve the possible limited Nike and Jordan releases that we see for these sneaker launches. And my solution is something that's not a new concept, but it would be a pre-order process. Now, the pre-order process I have mentioned in the past, like a year ago, I did a video on this and my thoughts on a solution. And I guess I'm just bringing this back to the service. I made it a long time ago, and I've got a lot of newer subscribers since then. Also, something came to light the other day where Nike is doing a pre-order for a shoe that is actually coming out in the future, or something like a shoe, a boot, basically. But it got me thinking again. I'm like, this could potentially be a solution to this whole fiasco of limited releases and whatnot. And so let's kind of dig in a little bit deeper on this. Now, first of all, I don't think that this is 100% of a solution. It's not going to solve everything. Because there needs to be some sort of mystique about having a limited sneaker that people are going to want. So having a pre-order, like how is it going to work, all that stuff, I'll get into some of that in the second half of this video. But I just think it's a good concept. Is it perfect? No. I think that you guys could probably help me out in the comment section and add your 2 cents. Let me know what I'm thinking is that you're on board with, other things that maybe that you can add to it, and you know, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing some sort of feedback of what type of processes we could have out there that could improve upon the current situation that we have with sneakers. So going into that, let's look down here a little bit further, and you guys can go check out this article on the website collectivekicks.com if you guys would like. And but it gets frustrating. The releases nowadays are really frustrating. As I said here, knowing the launch date and time doesn't give you an advantage at all of getting sneakers. You have to have programs to be able to secure a pair. You have to have friends looking out for you, or you have to be willing to pay market price for the pair of sneakers, even on launch day, sometimes commanding over 4 times the amount of the retail cost. So if there was a better way of doing this, possibly doing this with the pre-order process, this is my suggestions. Now, pre-orders are not a new concept. It's definitely one that's been around. But how could that be beneficial to the sneaker culture? And I give a couple of the reasons down here. First of all, a pre-order can cut out many overpriced, unauthorized sellers from the picture. So a lot of times there's people, not a lot of times, there's some people out there that definitely want to buy the shoe. They want to be able to secure their pair, and they don't want to wait till the release. A lot of times there's a fear of, well, if I wait till the release and strike out, I'm still going to miss the shoe, and then I'm going to have to pay the resale price for it. So I might as well pay the early price for the shoe, get the shoe early, and then have the shoe early and have paid that premium price for it. But I know that out of that market, there has to be some of you guys that would rather buy from the authorized retailer of Nike and pay the retail price by being able to pay for it ahead of time. I mean, I think that I definitely would. I don't need a shoe that early, unless I know there's people that like to stun a little bit and get the shoe early, and there's probably a good feeling of being able to have the shoe before it is released. But if you don't really care about that, I would much rather pay the retail price for a shoe than a resale price any day of the week. So I think that can cut out the unauthorized market a little bit, because people won't be as inclined to try to get the shoe early just because they know that they're going to miss the release. Next, there's a potential here that you can cut out the middleman, being Foot Locker or Champ Sports or whatever it might be, to some extent with selling some of these sneakers. Now, note on this, obviously the Nike and these stores have a lot of business that get ran through. Nike does a lot of business through these stores, more so than just on a limited sneaker. They probably don't make hardly any money on the limited sneakers versus all of the other products that they sell that are constantly restocked and stocked in store. So note I mean, I understand that, but Nike also sells the shoes to Foot Locker and Champs and all these stores for half the price of what it costs to make, or for half the price of what the retail price is on the box. That being said, if Nike was able to have more control over the majority, let's say there's 25,000 pairs, maybe Nike sells 15,000 pairs of them or whatever, and then distributes the rest of them. I don't know how the breakdown goes, because I don't have enough inside information, and I probably wouldn't be able to share it with you if I did. But however they break it down, Nike could command more of the market on the limited sneakers, do the pre-sale on Nike's site, then they make the extra money off the shoes because they're not selling them to these third parties for half the price. in turn maybe making more money off the shoes because they're not selling them again for half price, they're selling them for full price. And maybe some crazy way down the line, the consumer can benefit from this because since they're making more profit off of them, maybe they would step up the materials, use top grain leather, or possibly have like lower prices and stuff. I know it's wishful thinking, but it's something that is potentially out there. I mean, there's the whole market for Nike store is huge, but a lot of money is lost to third parties. So just kind of a note on that one. Next, it would definitely cut out the heartache from a consumer point of view. I know that feeling as well as I'm sure a lot of you guys do when you're waiting for a shoe that drop to drop for 3 months or 4 months or whatever it is, and then the release day happens, you strike out online and you strike out in store and everything else. There's that feeling of I don't know, anger and everything else that comes along with it, just loss when you end up not getting the sneakers. So I think having a pre-order system would be dope because then you don't have to stress out. You don't have to get up at 5 in the morning or 8 in the morning to try to get these sneakers because you already have them. You already order them. As soon as they're ready, they'll be shipped to your house. Similar to like what they do with the Nike ID. You order it, it's done, you wait for it, and then eventually it shows up at your house. I really like that concept. So the next question is, how would they make this pre-order system work? And so I decided to kind of give a little bit of examples of things that I thought would be beneficial, but again, I don't know all the answers to this. One, I say limit the pre-order. We never know the exact numbers for the most part of how many Jordans they make for X, Y, or Z Jordans. But take the Royal Ones for example. If they did a pre-order for the Royal Ones, they would have way exceeded the amount of pre-orders as the shoes that they ended up making. So the fact that I don't know, I'm getting into the next part, the supply and demand part already, but they should have made more pairs of those shoes. But how do they predict whether or not those shoes are going to sell well, which is something that's important because you don't want to end up with too many pairs made and not enough sold. It's a loss for them if that happens. So a pre-order can help them judge and gauge how many pairs would be sold potentially if they did that. Also, similar to basically Xbox One and PS4, you have X amount of pre-orders that can be filled. Once those pre-orders are met, then the pre-orders are no longer being taken. So I think that there has to be maybe a pre-order window, a week or whatever it might be, or whatever online so people can go in. It can't be something where the pre-order is super limited, so it's like a race to go in and get the pre-order. Otherwise, you won't get the shoe. There has to be enough of a window there and enough being sold that it's not going to be like a crazy like race, I guess. But that's again the steady balance, and I guess that gets me to the next part of the supply and demand balance. This graph is a perfect example of the equilibrium between the supply and demand, and it's not an easy thing to figure out. If you have too much demand, Nike would definitely rather have more demand and less supply than more supply and less demand, because if you get to the point, well, I mean that's not. Hopefully won't have to describe that, but the demand they like having a high demand for their product. I guess what company wouldn't? But there's that balance. You don't want to oversaturate the market. But at the same time, depending on the release, it's totally underdone, and they could sell so many more pairs if they actually had more product available. So there's kind of that. And the last thing I wanted to mention is this Lunar Ender Quick Strike for the snowboard boot. This is actually a shoe that Nike is actually doing a pre-order for, and I don't understand how it's going to work because they are doing pre-orders right now. You guys can go check out their website, and you can see this on there, and it says pre-order, and it ships on December 15th. So I was like, dang, they're really doing a pre-order on this boot. Now it's $500. So that's probably a good reason why they're doing a pre-order of this, because this is one with the LED Nike swoosh. The Nike swoosh actually lights up. Super badass. Probably one of 3 models that I know of to date that have the LED Nike swoosh. Obviously the Back to the Future ones have there was the first one with the LED feature, as far as I know. The second one was with the Nike Dunk Dornbecker 10-year anniversary, limited to 2 pairs that lit up. So this is a cool technology, a cool product. $500 is a lot of money, though. This is one of those ones that could be really tough. If Nike makes too many of them, they're going to be out a lot of money. If they don't make enough, I think that'd be fine. But the fact that they're doing the pre-order lets me know that it's possible for them to be able to do this type of thing. Is it going to be possible to do with maybe like a holiday 2013 Jordan? Maybe. I mean, if they did it early enough, I think it would be awesome. Like the Columbia's next year. How rad would it be if they did a pre-order? I think they sell over 250,000 pairs of the holiday shoe for December. So in this case, it would be the Gammas. We'll see how well these ones sell. But I like the idea of having this ability to buy it ahead of time and have no worry about picking it up. But that's kind of the video. Hopefully it's not too boring for you guys, and some of it makes sense. I know some of it might not, and I don't have all the solutions, but I think that it's a viable answer for some of the heartache that we end up having to endure from not being able to get certain sneaker releases. And I think it's a way that Nike can be productive and get a better gauge of the supply and demand, whether or not they release the numbers that they are going to be getting available for a pre-order or not, which of course they wouldn't end up doing. But it will definitely help them gauge how many people were really interested in. And some of the sneakers, I'm sure they'll go, whoa, this is crazy. I had no idea we could sell an extra 40,000 of these more than what we anticipated. But I don't know. That's just me thinking out loud. Leave some comments. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Check the website again. Thank you guys for watching. And we will catch you guys for some other videos later in the week. Peace.